Welcome to iHeart Geek. Oh.
And then suddenly everybody goes,
Snap.
I don't know what to say now.
Damn it, I can't say my favorite words anymore.
Okay, so welcome to most likely the last iHeart Geek ever. Yay! Yay. Oh, you guys, we got one more person showing up
For now.
How? And then there's going to be another screen that's going to pop up in just a second.
There he
Oh,
is.
There he is. He's a blank screen. There, he's a screen. Hello, we're recording.
Peter!
Just so you know, you're not walking into anything.
We're recording.
You need to turn your microphone on, bud.
We like him best that way.
Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you. Okay.
Yes.
So here's our big mass of people. Let me go over the screen. I'm going to do it. I think what the screen looks like, what you guys are looking at. So we have
Probably not.
Mike Stinger, who was literally on the first episode of iHeart Geek.
Oh, gee.
Yay!
And we are not in the same order, so go
No,
ahead and raise your
is
hand
mine,
when you're talking.
We have Christina up there on the top. Hi. Then there's me. Yeah, no one cares. And then we got Ryan, who's just, a baby factory, basically. I heard you close those doors. We're all happy about that. 18 kids is enough, dude. 18 is enough.
Speaking of real quick, speaking of Baby Factory, did you guys see the first Spurg races happened in California yesterday? Did you guys see that?
That was the
what?
most hilarious part of my day.
Yeah. There was an actual first ever in the world sperm race. Where they did it microscopic, and they have two guys, and they're watching it. It's the wildest stuff. There's an audience and everything. It happened in California 2 days ago.
There's more racing I can get into.
Okay, I want to do the introduction, but I have to follow this for a second.
Sorry.
Let me follow this for a second. Okay, so is this like a marathon? Is this a sprint?
I'm pretty sure it's a sprint.
Do they have different
audience.
contributors, or is it one contributor?
I don't know
There's so
how
many
they
questions I
released
have
the
about
sperm,
this.
but it was
My
microscopic.
state
and they're watching them.
rules.
And they're like, go. There was commentators. They're like, go. And the one guy was way ahead, but it's probably only this much ahead, but it looked like it was this much ahead because it was all microscopic.
Wow.
Yeah, they have
I watched the whole thing. It was wild.
Wow.
When
Okay.
does the race start?
Do they stop the race when they get to the tonsils?
Oh,
That was good.
and that leads to the introduction of Todd. How you doing, bud?
I can see that one winding up on the edited room floor, all right?
I have a feeling I'm going to have to make some cuts today.
All right, sorry. Ryan Bell, the factory. Go ahead.
Courtney, how you doing? We got her on the side. Yeah, there you go. Then we
I'm off
got
in the corner on mine, so.
we got this weird amalgamation of two different people together. Tyler and Kim, how you guys doing? How's Florida other than hot and
All right.
moist?
Moist.
Everybody
We're
likes
actually
that
in a
word,
drought
moist.
right now, so it's just
moist.
hot.
Oh,
Definitely
okay.
a drought.
So
Kind of like Vegas, it's dry.
I don't think it is.
Right.
No, I don't buy that.
It's a different kind of dry.
It's a different kind of dry.
Todd, shut up, Todd. Shut up,
Todd.
Todd. Shut up, Todd.
Todd. Then we have Chris Giorgetti up there.
It's
on the
me.
Leftish. It's me.
I've been here the whole time.
He really has. He's being very good about it. Right underneath we have Satomi. How you doing? Who's playing bartender today?
I'm apparently still asleep.
Really?
He has an adult beverage.
I have an adult beverage. It's a beautiful adult beverage. I would share my adult beverage, but you bitches aren't in my attic with me.
Oh,
This just sounds like so many
Well,
indie movies.
someone
just
had
happening
to
all
go
at
on
once.
tour.
Is that an invitation? Did she just invite us all to her attic?
Haven't I always?
Yes, this
So
is true.
it's a little dusty up here.
Oh, wow.
You like that?
Clean thoughts,
Oh,
clean
yeah.
thoughts, clean
Oh,
thoughts.
yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
And then next door we have Kevin. How you doing next door to Satomi, who's definitely
Doing
gonna
good. Well, I haven't been invited to her attic yet, but it, wouldn't be the
You are
first time.
now.
Definitely dusty there too.
Come on up.
her attic costs a little bit more in Vegas.
I gotta ask you. I mean, if he's not gonna go to your attic if it's not in a third world country. And then finally we have Skeeter down at the bottom right of the screen. I think I'm
Skeet.
Skeeter. How's everybody
Speaking of
doing?
Skeeter, did you guys see? Speaking
Oh,
of
no.
Skeet, did
Okay.
you guys see in
Oh, no.
California? Sorry.
Oh no! Oh no!
Haven't we been over this already, Kevin? The race is done.
That's where the race started.
They have applied scope.
And it ended in Florida. It's weird. Okay, so we're just gonna talk today. We're gonna have fun. This has been a big part of a lot of our lives for the last 6 years. A lot of shows, and yeah, it's time to pull the plug. It's been on life support for too long. We're still gonna have the channel's still gonna be open. If you wanna go through and download all the old episodes, that's going away, so you only have like 5 at a time. But other than that, yeah, well, we might put out a show if we can actually find a movie that we all agree is good again.
There's so many good movies. You just don't agree with us.
Yeah, good luck on that.
I guess the new quest is, what does it take to have dub put out?
Oh, there you go. Wow.
$2.15.
Daredevil.
Go ask my wife. I got 3 kids. I'm good. Yeah.
Has anybody watched Daredevil Born Again?
No.
How was that?
It's so good.
Okay, I knew we were going to get this.
Okay, stop. Real quick.
Okay.
The first season of Daredevil on Netflix, the car scene where Fisk is like, all right, there's a scene in the last episode of Daredevil that completely rivals it. It's so, dude, the show is amazing. You guys need to watch it.
But see, here's the deal. This is why, I mean, we got to
kind of...
No, I'm not doing spoilers or anything else. But this is why the show kind of gets to move on, because do you know how long since I've been excited for one of our Geek World movies? I have not been excited for 2.5 years.
1945 was the last time you was
Get off of my lawn! Get off my lawn, you kids! And that has nothing to do with it. But it's like, I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine was great, but I haven't been excited for a long time.
May I make a recommendation?
Oh no!
I have become excited for Thunderbolts. Over the past couple weeks, I've become excited for Thunderbolts just because of the last trailer. I'm excited to see it now, but hopefully it's doing good in screenings. Apparently, it's doing really well in screenings. So
the next one we should have a show for.
Different.
The next one we should have a show for. Popeye.
Are they redoing that?
The horror movie.
A serial killer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, does he actually pop their eyes?
Check out the previews on YouTube. It is hilariously bad.
I'll watch that. I have that Winnie the Pooh one, like Blood and Honey. I have that
Winnie the Pooh is feral. Yes.
Oh, okay. I wanted to see that. How was that?
Controversial.
It is streaming for free, Mike. You can watch it. I think it's on Peacock.
It's either I think it's Peacock. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Are you ready for a shameless plug?
It's called
Do it, baby.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Oh, shameless plug. Go for it, Stormy.
Our next episode can be on Death on the Brandywine, starring Satomi Hoffman, and premiering at Cannes 2025.
Nice. I wish I could make it to France and see it.
Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully, that'll mean that it's gonna be showing somewhere else. Apparently, that's very easy for me to say. I'm barely into this. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
you have done like
nothing.
6 movies in the last 2 years. I haven't got to see any of them.
Yeah, because you hate me. Why do you hate me?
I get 10 seconds of clips. I'm like, oh, here's the Tommy's thinking, oh, my friend. Look on.
Why do you hate me? It's because you don't come and see me. In my dusty old attic. Okay.
That's the lady drinking in the attic.
Yeah, right. In the darkened attic.
That sounds like an exciting place.
So I've been told.
Wow.
So, okay, real quick, I just watched part of the trailer for Popeye the Slayer Man. I am in. Okay. I'm in. Look at this. Apparently, he's a guy that has spinach contamination.
Oh,
that's the whole shtick here. He has big arms,
and his arms are like that big around. Well, it's hilarious.
Can I say
I haven't listened to it?
Big chin.
Nothing. I mean,
sounds like my
it could not.
So I watched the wrong one. Hold on. I watched Conor McGregor.
Do what?
Same thing. Smaller arms.
Sailor Man.
Got that. He's like a very tall midget. It's weird.
All I can think of is Robin Williams.
Yeah,
Popeye the Sailor Man.
And that movie was so terrible.
Now,
I don't
imagine
care.
that movie.
That
with
movie was so
exploding
bad.
heads.
I made my
I'm in.
nieces watch the Robin Williams Popeye the Sailor Man, and I'm pretty sure the 11-year-old is not on speaking terms with me anymore.
How could
it was a musical, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it was
but
terrible.
you also wait like 2 hours for him to actually eat the damn spinach and like punch anything.
And it was Robin Williams not being Robin Williams. I'm like, okay, is this before the Prozac?
Nobody but Robin Williams could have pulled it off, though.
We got a
That's
special
true.
person that just showed up into our world here. He's coming.
Oh,
everybody else can see
here
it, but
he
me,
is.
not me yet.
Everything.
Why?
The Avengers have assembled.
Blythe is here.
Microphone.
It's perfect. He's muted.
You're muted, bud. You're muted.
Way to keep him. There you go.
There
you hear me now?
Now we can hear you.
Oh, we can hear you and see you.
Hi, Blythe.
ACDC concert.
Guys. So, I can't hang out for a long time, but I knew you guys were jumping on, so I wanted to just say, hey, working the AC/DC concert at Allegiant Stadium, and I actually talked to somebody, and right through these doors is the band. They're going to let us interview them for our last podcast.
I don't believe you, but I hope you're not lying to me because I will be hurt if you do. Yeah.
I'm lying. 100%.
I figured you were.
Now he's lying to you.
I'm so excited for about 2 seconds.
For like a split second, you could see Dub lose his mind and be like, "Oh God, could this be true?" And then,
I sell hot
in
dogs,
reality,
guys.
kind of.
I had about a half a second of like,
That was
honestly,
genius.
I know he's lying. Dang it.
You like pinpoint the exact moment where your heart just broke because you're
Just
like, "I know
broke.
he's lying to me."
No, honestly,
Did you
last
see it?
time I
Dub
saw
went like
AC/DC,
this.
last time I saw AC/DC, that's how I felt watching it because it's like,
You look like a girl at a Taylor Swift concert for about 35
yes,
seconds.
I was that girl
He
at the
did.
Taylor Swift concert.
He straight up
last
said,
time I went to
Angus
Tom.
Young.
It's sad watching them now. Oh, gross. Yeah, we don't need that. That's a replay of high school all over again, Skeeter.
All right, guys. So I do have to go. This is only a quick jump on just because I am working. But I did want to jump on because I know this is going to be our last one. I know you're planning on doing some stuff in the future. We may post every now and again, but I just wanted to say thank you to every single one of you guys in here. Every single one of you are now lifelong friends, and I wouldn't have been able to meet, hang out with, and have the relationships that I do if it wasn't for iHeartGeek. So Dub, a huge thank you to you for creating this thing and bringing these people together, and just to all of you for all the support you gave me. You have all unlocked a passion in me for like back-end production and editing and things like that nature that I will continue to do going forward. So I love you all. For everyone that's watching, I love you guys, the audience. But I appreciate every single one of you.
Love you, bud.
All right, guys.
Good night, bud.
Have a
Work
good
well.
one.
Make it
Damn
$1
it,
million.
Blythe.
Don't eat too many gummy bears.
Especially not the slightly grassy ones.
Those are the best ones.
Oh, well, that was kind of a touching moment. Ooh, I'm verklempt and such now.
It's a little
Coffee.
early for
Love
it.
coffee,
It's
we'll
early
talk.
for it.
Oh, coffee talk. With my friend Pork. I don't remember what the friend was. With my friend something.
No, there was a friend. The friend was different every episode,
Was
but
it?
she would
Every
always
time.
give you a topic. Her name was Linda Richmond. She would give you a topic.
There it is. There
Holy
it is.
Roman Empire with neither holy nor Roman nor
I'm
an
verklempt.
empire. Discuss.
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 I wish we could get away with that. That'd be nice. Yeah. So what
I thought I was
project?
the raging drunk here. What the hell is going on here?
What is he talking about?
God. Actually, kids, thank you, Blythe, for doing that, because it is my time to say adieu. My lovely wife and I have some plans as well. I just wanted to make sure to see all of your lovely faces. This has been a trip,
It has.
literally
It
and
has.
figuratively. But-
It has for sure.
From the guy who's been on every episode.
The only person that includes me. The only one.
Yeah, it has been an honor and a pleasure, kids.
Love
Keep
you,
being
bud.
geeks.
Man.
Keep
on
being
geeking on
geeks.
yourself.
It's good for you.
Don't catch herpes. Too late, I know. Because I gave it to you.
I
Stay
still
off
don't
the
bend
pole.
over for the
Funny story
soap if
about
I
that,
drop it. I
Gareth.
just kick it to the car.
Gross.
Anyways, guys, thank you. I love you all very much.
Thank
This
you,
has
bud.
been an
Be well,
experience unparalleled.
Unparalleled.
man. Be
Unparalleled.
well,
That's a
man.
good word for
Peace
it.
out from the hot place that ain't wet.
Oh.
Not
Vegas.
moist.
Not
Is it the attic?
not Satomi's attic is what you're
Is it the
saying.
attic?
Not my attic. Give my
Hey, guys,
attic
be good.
Christina
break.
Hahn.
I love you all very much. Don't
Peace
be
out, bud.
afraid to reach out and
Peace out,
say
man.
hey.
Peace out.
Likewise, keep on geeking on.
And such. Yeah.
You gotta say it. He's gotta say it that way.
Yeah, you gotta do it one.
Do
Do one
it.
last one.
And
Come
with
on,
my
do
last
it.
breath on the universe that is I Heart Geek, keep on geeking on.
You'll hear that one more time.
No.
Night, guys. Love
Bye,
you.
guys.
Night.
So,
All right.
Mike, I got to ask you this question real quick. Since you were literally day one, how does this feel as opposed to how when we first started doing it? Courtney was involved in some of those earlier recordings as well. But how much different does this feel since we got the whole Zoom thing?
Honestly, the whole the lockdown life kind of changed the way I felt about Zoom. So well, you remember the first 2 or 3 episodes that I said maybe 6 words because that microphone terrified the crap out of me so bad. And then then I started slowly coaxed that out of me, but
Coaxed it out of
but yeah.
you guys.
I mean, it was a process. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have any qualms about being in front of a camera or a microphone anymore. And if nobody else is thinking, I'll be the first to say I don't for a second think that this is going to be the last episode of can't stop geeks from being geeks and hearting it.
Well, I find it funny to say this the last episode, but there's a whole other Marco Polo group of just wrestling fans that are like, "Hey, we're gonna have an episode here," and because WrestleMania just passed, so he's like, "Oh, it's the last episode of I Heart Geek." Hey guys, all the wrestling fans, let's talk about WrestleMania now. So,
well, we've only talked about it for 6 hours on the damn thing. No, but I appreciate more than anything else on this the relationships that we've all gotten. I mean, we've been doing this for 7 years, and
yeah.
I've lost some friends from the show. It happens, but I've gained a lot more than I've lost, and I appreciate you all because I know that y'all are still around after this is over, and you guys actually have meant the world to me. Now, let's be honest. If this person did not show up on the show, I think we would have stopped because you made it so much fun to do Zoom because I didn't like the Zoom at first. And then Satomi comes on and we're just we sat and we talked. Literally, we did. I'm like, okay, I'm going to interview her. I don't know who the heck you are. Okay, cool. You're on Broadway. Yay. We sat and talked for 2 hours. I had to edit that show down to an hour. And then Satomi's like, okay. Can you be on all the time? Yeah, I can do that.
You made the mistake of putting me in front of a camera. And now and then I brought in the orange and black wonder over there. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Squeeze Cheeks.
It's a
It's it's red. I don't know what it looks like on your screen.
orange.
Orange.
It's in New Jersey where I am, not in Satomi's attic, in my secret lair.
Downstairs.
You're in the closet, aren't you?
Yes. I wore my finest, geekiest hockey jersey in memoriam for this show. And yes, Satomi, it is your fault.
It is my fault.
It's
I claim full responsibility.
It's your fault that you were my best friend from my last job, and now it's also your fault that I became friends with all of y'all, and it's also kind of your fault that I actually went and visited Dub out in Las Vegas 2 years ago. So what I'm saying, Satomi, is I love you, and it's your fault.
Well, this is for everybody else. You're welcome, and I am so sorry.
Now, okay, so and credit where credit's due. The hardest person to get on the show, because I begged for 2 months to get this person on the show, and she doesn't know who I'm talking about. I begged for 2 months. I'm like, well, I want to do like a Wonder Woman show, and then finally, she and I asked. I'm like, man, you seem cool. Let's get you on the show because you were friends with the other guys on the show. I'm like, come on, let's get you on. No. Oh,
so I went to a random guy that I didn't know's house.
Well, you knew the
to
other
talk
people.
about Wonder
You did know
Woman
the
for
other
2
people.
hours.
You did know the other people in there.
I'm pretty sure that's where I fell in love.
Yeah, you literally brought me in to talk about Wonder
And she's
Woman.
all, oh, can we do this? Yeah.
Right. So I do remember we did the Wonder Woman episode, and then I got a text from you like 3 days later, and like, can you come on all the time and talk about the girl parts?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're so used to talking about our girl parts, so why not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was always nice. It was nice for me when Satomi and Christina showed up because there was other girls to talk about girl stuff.
You guys have never talked about your girl parts with me, and I'm very upset.
I'm only in the Marco Polo group
because it's uncomfortable.
You know, I've talked about that before.
Because you
Said
make
like
it uncomfortable.
See, Satomi and I also talked about our girl parts at Phantom.
Yes, ad nauseum.
On a nightly basis for 5 years.
Speaking of girl parts, see that race that just happened yesterday? I'm sorry. It's over now. It's the World Race. It's over.
So I heard Geek Universe, just so you know, this is closer to what we talk about when we're not on the air.
When we're not on the air.
And we're still tamed a bit. So
honestly, is it just me, or is there like a really good shot of girl parts over Cheeky Cheese shoulder there?
Whoa!
Because
wow!
Oh,
what is that?
They're actually sunglasses, you perverts.
They're boobs.
What a great excuse.
Sunglasses.
Yeah.
Sunglasses.
It's just that last drop green part.
That last drop green part.
Yeah.
That's dubbed angle from the bottom.
I mean, they're green and pink, so if they're not sunglasses, they're aliens.
Well, yeah, that works.
Alien parts.
They're utterly fantastic.
And then, and then Tyler was the next one on, and he won a contest.
Yeah, he did.
Because he named our mascot Hal, and I'm like, okay, come on. And then we just like, hey, what you want to talk about? Survival stuff or zombies. And I'm like, okay,
zombies.
And then he just like, well, I'm not leaving. I'm like, okay, cool.
I just forced my way in, and I don't leave.
Actually, you were so terrifying that nobody wanted to ask you to leave.
Because everybody thinks you're like 6'9" and you're like 5'3".
That's hilarious.
It's amazing.
That's hilarious.
No, he's at least 5'5" because he's just a little bit taller than me.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like when we met in Vegas, I thought you were going to be like 6'2", easy.
We all said that.
I was so excited. I opened the door and I'm like, oh.
Why?
It took me a second.
Here's the
It took me a
thing.
second.
Right over the top of him.
Wait,
He carries himself like a big man.
He does.
And he is extremely muscular. Like he's like a Greek god. He takes his shirt off, Greek god. So that's why everybody thinks he's bigger than what
And that's what started that race.
Yeah, so talk about the race.
Listen, it's not about the size, you guys. It is not about the size. I want you to back off and leave Tyler alone.
Oh no, he's good there. He's good there. So.
Okay.
Kevin.
I thought Satomi was taller too.
Yes, I remember that.
And she said something that I absolutely adore. I was like, I thought you were going to be so much taller. And she's like, darling, I present tall.
Actually,
and that's the second time I fell in love.
I like that.
I have this like impression that whenever Satomi's like walking on the street, she carries herself like a 40s transatlantic. Yes, darling, how are you? With the cigarette. Holder.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There you go.
Satomi, how tall are you?
Monster with the drink.
Dramatic.
Yes,
Satomi,
I asked my
tall
driver to pick me up.
She has her own fainting couch. Yes,
it's giving Cruella.
Oh wow!
I'm okay. I'm at peace with that. I'm at peace with that. I'm at peace with that.
And then
I won't skin the pelts of my sweet animals because F that. But other
Speaking
than that,
of,
yeah.
where's your cat's butt? It doesn't feel like a show without your cat's butthole. It's just one of those things.
She came over. She thought about it for a second. I think she's contemplating. Then she'll come back. Eventually, you'll get some cat butthole.
Yeah,
I
don't think there's a show we've done in the attic.
That's true. Anywhere, actually.
No. When the first couple you did, she did, but now every time, just boom, like lifts the tail to the camera. It's amazing.
I would say something, but you would absolutely have to cut it.
Please don't lift your tail, Christina.
The episode is going to be like 3 minutes long after he cuts out all the stuff.
Yeah,
I will let your imaginations run wild, but I was going to say it would not be a show without Satomi's.
Oh,
lovely attic.
See, now this is why, and it really, I mean, it had something to do with the, not explicit label, but this is why I always said, don't cuss on the show. It's funner having to figure a way around things. It's always been
there's actually, so for my geeks out there, there's a great movie out there that there is a clean cut and a director's cut. Actually, I don't even know how you get a clean cut out of this, a clean-ish cut called Orgasmo.
I've heard
Orgasmo. Yep. And the theatrical cut is bloody hilarious. And the director's cut, where they let them go absolutely wild,
bloody
is
yeah, I don't think we can get away with doing a show on that no matter what.
No.
I mean, it would be a lot of bleeped out, empty airspace as we discussed.
Well, did you ever see the edited version of Sopranos? They're like a minute and a half long.
So the edited version
The Sopranos
of Blazing
on
Saddles,
PAX.
Edited for TV.
the 2025 version of Blazing Saddles. It's the opening credits and the closing credits.
With half the words blacked out.
Yes.
No one's gonna take claim on that.
And yet, Game of Thrones has aired. So,
right,
incest is okay, but making fun of ourselves, that's not.
I don't know. Some of my happiest moments is making Dub think I'm going to say a bad word, and I don't. His reaction is priceless.
Well, considering that since he has no hair, you sort of watch the skin get redder and redder. It's sort of like a mood ring.
I can confirm this. I've been in Dub's house. He polishes his chrome dome every morning.
It's amazing. Do you know how much wax I go through? It's
what?
insane.
Oh, it's wax. Okay.
Yes, wax.
I was like picturing like baby oil or some kind of.
I didn't know that they made those.
That's a liquid. It's a liquid he applies to his head.
And then he buffs it, as Mike was saying. Yes, it's a line just for Dub.
Oh,
gel. Oh God! He's actually got like a sonogram up there to check if he's got any brain matter.
No, I like people who look at my head, try to see their future. It makes me feel good.
You're a magic 8-ball.
Yes, I'm like a crystal ball.
Wait, then, yeah, but how do they have to like do you have to do a handstand so they can read their future, or what's going on?
Yeah, we're not.
If you're a magic 8-ball,
I have to be looking
up.
On
the couch where he's got his head hanging off the edge.
Yeah, you know what? You're the sweetest, Ryan. You're just so sweet and innocent. That was nice. Thanks. That was lovely. The rest of us,
so
we're all going to hell. We're all going to hell, and you die.
Kevin, how did you end up? Was it Dino that pulled you in?
No, Tyler was. It was
That was Tyler.
How did we get you on? And you just wouldn't leave.
No, once you got me, I'm in. I think it was. I don't know what episode it was, but I think I got onto the Marco Polo. No, how did I come on?
I don't remember.
There was an episode. I remember.
No, you were on before Marco Polo.
Yeah.
Did you just say Marco Polo? Have another drink. Have another drink, Deb.
It was one of the Marvel. Obviously, it was one of the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
I'm sure it wasn't Star Wars.
Well, it was one of Star Wars. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I have no idea.
I forget.
We've had you
that
forever.
Was back whenever I used to like Star Wars, and now I haven't watched.
I know I had been talking to Dub for a while.
I'm like Dub when it comes to Marvel movies. When it comes to Star Wars, I have not watched anything Star Wars in like 2.5-3 years. My love for Star Wars have absolutely died.
It might have been The Mandalorian. We might have brought
I
you in
watched
for the
Mandalorian. Mandalorian is
Mandalorian.
the last thing that I've watched.
Yeah, because
That
we
may
had
be
all those
Wolverine.
episodes, and I had to fill people. So I'm like, hey, come on.
Yeah.
But I mean, no,
Yeah.
everybody that stayed on the show earned their spot. I mean, there have been no charity cases. Everyone has done fantastic. You know,
I believe I was talking to you for a while, Dub, about Kevin. I got a guy. He's got a lot of info, but I'm warning you now.
Keep him
on. Gotta pay cash.
All the info.
It was the first time we were on that you guys had me on Marco Polo. It was within a couple days I was talking about cannibalism. And,
yes, I remember this.
Like,
and everyone's
like,
like,
way to eat people, and like you can only eat skin because everything else in the human body will actually like hurt you with diseases and stuff. But people's skin is completely okay, so you can make pork rinds. And I remember saying this, and then I called Tyler up, and I was like, Tyler, is that conversation? Are these people okay with this conversation? These are the conversations you have when you're not on Zoom or recording. And
my favorite Kevin
Memory. And then you guys played into it, and I felt better. But
don't get Kevin started on Mr. Sinister because he will talk for 3 hours and not come up for air.
That's going to be the next big bad in the thing. They're already talking about it. Mr. Sinister.
They'll disappoint you.
I will be at work, and he will Marco Polo, and he'll get started talking about Mr. Sinister, and I will look down at my phone 45 minutes later, and there will be 1,200 Marco Polos from
and
Kevin.
Only one where anybody responded to him. He just keeps going.
Listen, sometimes you need free-flowing thoughts. You just got to get it out. So.
I love Mr. Sinister. I need Mr. Sinister.
Now, Christina, I don't remember what brought you on. I
remember when Christina came on, though. I do.
And I've known her since the second longest of anyone in this room. But Skeeter's being the first.
Since 2003.
Something like that.
Yeah, 2003 or 2004.
So you got excited about the show.
On the shows.
Yeah,
you commented every show. So we like that.
I did. Yeah. I had much more time, and I just sit and this is my thought. And
Yeah.
I loved it. It was so much fun.
Back when we did listener feedback and questions, you always had a good answer.
Yeah,
always.
And then I think it was because I showed off my Tron tattoo, and you were doing a Tron episode. I think that was.
That was the one. Okay, I remember that.
That was the first one I was on.
That new Tron movie's coming out.
It is. The new Superman's coming too.
I'm so Mr. Leto'd out.
Me too.
So I have like some serious, genuine concerns. I will say this, as far as movies, I went and saw Minecraft, and I think the thing I liked, I'm not going to tell you it was a stellar movie. It was okay. But what I loved was all of these new, young, upcoming geeks just freaking out.
Yes. Did the children destroy the movie?
Movie theaters didn't like that.
That was just like, yeah. Like all of a sudden, the whole audience is like, Flint Steel, yeah! And we're all yelling and stuff. And Sean has no idea. And he's like, he's just there because, Momoa is his man crush. But he's like, what does this even mean? I was like, just shh.
The kids were part of the experience.
Yeah. Yeah, the kids were definitely a part of the experience.
Well,
so this year we're doing a Minecraft haunted house.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
Fun.
Now, I know I've said this a million times. So this is my famous tirade. Hold on, I need another
rant.
My rant. Let's use that. Okay. So I don't mind if I don't get it on the new geek stuff. In fact, I don't want to get it as long as it's the kids that are getting it. They're not making much for the kids. So do I want to see a Minecraft movie? No. Do I love Minecraft? Absolutely. But do I want the kids to enjoy it and want to keep going? Yes. Yeah. Make more stuff for kids, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're going to have, Dub's going to start a whole new channel. It's going to be
with 9-year-olds. Yay!
It's going to be Geriatric Geeks, and it's going to be back in my day.
So he's just going to revive iHeartGeek?
Pretty much.
Oh.
Yeah. It's iHeart Geek 5 years later.
Get off my lawn!
Get off my lawn!
And then Ryan, I think you came. What episode did you come on?
So once Kevin got on and you started seeing how wrong Kevin was about everything, he was saying you needed something about that.
Yeah, Kevin brought you on.
Okay, so was it Kevin or Ryan that had their first episode in the closet?
Excuse me?
They're still in the closet together. What are you talking about?
Yeah, my like storage.
Yes.
And I have all my video games like on the wall there. And I was just trying to show that.
That is not necessary. We love is love is love is love. We've got you, man.
Yeah. I was just trying to put that in the background. Then I had to put something interesting in the background because we wanted to talk about some B-rate Netflix show.
Okay, yeah. That was a fun show.
That was a weird show.
That and honestly, I had the writer all lined up, and we did the show, and I'm like, I'm good. Too much time went by, and because we could have the writer on, but I'm like, I'm good.
Which show was that? Was that
This
the
was
Big Mouth show?
Guardians of Justice.
Yeah, Guardians of Justice. It was.
Oh yeah.
It's not even a D list. It's like a G list movie. It's
was
amazing though.
So awesome.
Was that the one with the Zeus-ish character?
It was somewhere between like a trauma film and
there was a wrestler in it.
Yeah, like a Marvel movie.
DC.
It was all over.
Yes.
It was weird.
Josh Duhamel, whatever his name in that one.
I think he was in it. Yeah, I think so.
I think he was. He played the old super guy.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of they didn't want to do the CGI, so they did cartoons in different scenes.
Yes.
It was fun. I like when people take risks. It's one of those things.
Yes.
And then finally, Skeeter, I think you're the most recent that's been on. Which episode did you come on for?
I don't even remember. You called and you were like, dude, do a show. I was like, okay. And
are we seeing a theme here? I'm just curious.
I will say, I've taken a ton from this show. My kids actually in my classroom, I play a certain playlist on my speaker when my kids come in my room at the beginning of every class. And it's actually the Captain America playlist that I got from Miss CG Vega up there in the corner. She gave it to me so long ago. Like she told me about it and I loved it. And I still have it. The most random Captain America stuff I learned from her. So I when my kids talk to me, because I have different corners of my room. I have Marvel, DC, just all kinds of stuff. And my kids ask me which one's your favorite? I'm like, well, I'm a DC guy, blah, blah, blah. But that's when I talk about Captain America, I always remember the things like those shows because that was one of my most favorite. I was sitting in my it was my wife's grandfather's old room in Reading, and we did that Captain America show. And it was probably my most favorite show that we've done. It was so good because it was we got the most information. Is that
when we were doing the deep dives into the characters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those were fun.
Because we did the Joker, that I loved that one. But the Captain America one was my most favorite. And then the other thing that I love is there's been some huge journeys that we've taken together. I mean, I went on almost a 200-pound journey. There's two of us in the room that are half the people we used to be.
I'm 60 less.
You're 60 less. We all fought and went through probably one of the most horrible and best times of our lives in COVID and all that stuff. But I had a family that I could hook online with that wasn't these people that I had to teach every day. It was people that I could learn from. And the gifts that I got from you guys when I was going through a pretty horrible part of my life was unforgettable. Our listeners, the listener feedback. I have guys here right now. I'm at a event right now, and I'm just hiding in one of the bedrooms doing this.
Appreciate that.
And my buddies that are out here right now, they're like, "Wait, this is the last show?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "No, but yeah, but no, but yeah, but no."
It's so confusing, yeah.
I'm looking forward to the Scooby-Doo ending.
I love that. I love
Well,
that.
here it is. Kid. No.
So I'm so grateful for you guys. I actually was going to say something to Chris. Chris, I had a buddy that lives in Jersey.
Hey.
He was at a hockey game, and I told him one day, I said, yeah, I have a buddy that I do a podcast with that always sings the national anthem at
He saw me.
hockey games. And he told me, because he's a season ticket holder, that he saw you sing one day. And I was like, that's my guy. Right there. Like 25 degrees of separation, but
Amazing.
that was the coolest thing ever. So
small world.
Yes, very small.
Everyone should see Chris Giorgetti sing the national anthem at a
Yes.
Devils game.
Yes.
Let's go.
That's
I
one of
think
my
that's
goals,
an
actually.
invite.
I mean, they've you know,
You can stay in my attic.
Oh, party in Satomi's dusty attic.
Yes.
Wow.
Of all the
Holy crap, dude.
He has a house.
That
He has
sounded worse
space.
than anything that came out today.
I don't know. There's some pretty bad stuff come out today.
I am proud of my dusty attic.
And I think
I have
next
embraced
year,
it, accepted it.
I think next year, Dub, I think you're having the birthday that I'm having this year. And I think it would be amazing for all of us to start planning a year out to show up in Vegas in June for Dub's 5-0.
I'm getting close.
I don't have to plan. I live down the street from.
You live down the street, but no,
she comes to all of my birthdays ever since the show. Actually, I don't
I
think she
do.
missed one.
No, I don't think I have.
My
And I
5-0
randomly
is
come over and we
next
watch
month.
movies.
Yes, we do.
So.
Good people.
But
Yeah.
let's
I-
go.
I am now.
You're about to hit the big 5-0? That's crazy. You don't look a day over 49.
It's
Ah!
it's
I'm not
the
49 yet,
polishing of the baldness that makes him look so
chrome
young.
Mhm.
And if it makes you feel any better, I am 4 years away from officially getting my first colonoscopy. That's
Are you
Well,
excited?
he's
I
had
know, I'm
several.
getting
He
close
just
too.
hasn't have to do it yet.
Yeah, he said official.
Yeah, his first official call.
Unofficial.
Listen, it'll be the best sleep you've ever gotten in your life.
yeah.
Just gonna
No,
leave
Yeah.
that right
you-
there.
But
they-
the
they
weird
give
part
you
is he
just
wakes
enough.
up in an attic after his colonoscopy.
Well, yeah, because I'm the one who's going to be doing it. I need my rubber gloves.
You
How
need
you
several,
doing?
several rubber gloves, and then you have to like burn everything that you're wearing.
That's
on
because
a
he's having
regular
Taco
basis.
Bell right before. I'm just saying.
Fun fact.
will-
fun fact.
That
fun
will
fact,
automatically burn everything that you're wearing.
Fun fact. I have never had Taco Bell in my life.
Wow.
Wow.
Wait, what?
I have.
do it.
In fact, the
Wow.
Romaines made me take them to Del Taco when they were here.
Wait,
I have-
wait.
Once you have a
Why?
colonoscopy,
Wait,
we'll find out the truth.
Why? Stop. Stop.
Kevin
Everybody
loses
sit
his
down.
mind
Hold on,
right now.
there's more.
Why?
Wait, there
Why?
are more fast food chains I've never had in my
No,
life.
the Taco Bell's like a big, like it's nationwide. Like it's not like In-N-Out
It was-
Burger, where they're only in certain
it was
areas.
a Demolition
It's more
Man.
West Coast.
Wait,
it's
wait,
more
wait.
West Coast, and it's sort of just seeped over here.
So
It does
I-
seep.
so
It does seep.
I Taco Bell every place in the East Coast.
I mean, I have lived within walking distance to a Taco Bell at some point in my life,
So
but
why?
I've
What's
never
the-
had. I've just never.
You're not
I've
missing
just
much.
Because
They
he
used to be
loves
59
himself.
cents for a
No,
fucking taco.
Only like 36. Go to Taco Bell.
It's
God.
because
hold
he
on, hold on,
loves
hold on.
himself.
hold on.
Any of these haters, Chris, you're doing everything correct.
Hold on.
Yes.
Not only,
Yes.
not only have I not had Taco Bell, I've never been to Olive Garden
You're
or
not
Red
missing
Lobster.
For you.
That's because you're a
I
good
can't imagine
Italian.
why,
Taco
Mr.
Bell-
Italian.
Olive Garden makes more sense to me than freaking Taco Bell.
We don't eat at Olive Garden.
So,
It was like a gold star or something like that? Or
what's the first thing Chris, you showed up in town, what's the first thing you begged to stop at? What did you want to try?
In and out.
In-N-Out.
In and out.
And it changed his life. He's like,
Oh yeah, I mean,
Because
and
In and Out is baller.
And-
And
the first thing my wife and I did when we went to the Grand Canyon is when we got off the plane at like midnight, we're like, let's go to In-N-Out because I was like the only thing open, and we had In-N-Out animal style stuff at like 1 a.m.
Animal style
Yes!
stuff.
And I know what it is. I know the drill. I'm an educated person for the most part, which is
Don't worry.
why
We won't let
which is
anyone
why
know.
I'm still unemployed because I'm educated.
oh, all that.
And
That's
it got
awesome.
really
Yeah.
dark. It got
And
really
now I want a
quiet.
burger.
That got really dark really fast.
Me
Thanks,
too.
Chris.
You did. You
Thanks for
did.
bringing down the mood, bud. We appreciate you.
That's why we brought on Chris.
Yep.
I'm just
Yes.
gonna continue nursing my drink here.
We were going. It's great.
It's also why they brought me into fandom, just to bring everyone
Bring it down. Bring it down.
Just
Slow
bring-
your roll, y'all. We've got Chris Giorgetti.
I gotta ask this from. I don't know if you guys can talk about it or if you know anything. I heard that Phantom's coming back. Are you guys going?
Oh,
in a
pick
couple
me.
of different
Pick me.
forms.
Pick
In a
me,
couple of
please.
different forms.
Pick me.
Okay, Satomi's not
so-
pleased. Okay.
No. It's not that I know. I'm very pleased. It's there's a couple of different forms. Yeah, so there's been a tour out that's been sort of more like a smaller, less mighty version of it, and the OG is coming back on tour and will be going out in the fall. But the other thing, and where all the buzz is happening, is that there is a new interactive, immersive version coming out.
Like Area 51?
Like
Yes.
yes, they will
Okay.
they will trap you and do experiments on you.
Yes.
Unwilling. No, so what happened is
What happened was.
Weber. What happened was, hang on, let me the little
Nursing
thing.
that drink,
Okay,
you're good to go.
it's just dry. So, Andrew Lloyd Webber bought a building near Bloomingdale's, and has. If you head over there, if you happen to be in New York, they've actually got newspapers up in the windows already with articles from the history of the Phantom of the Opera up in the windows, and you can kind of peek through and see a little bit of the construction going on. But the idea is, instead of going and sitting and watching the show from a seat in the audience, you will actually go in and be transported to the Paris Opera House, turn of the century. For those of you who are fans, when Christine goes through the mirror, you shall follow her through. When Raoul
that's
and
cool.
Christine sing All I Ask of You on the rooftop, you will be on the roof of the building. When you go to the underground layer, you'll be heading down to the basement. Andrew Lloyd Webber has written new music for it. You'll also get some of the history behind the story. So you're going to get a little bit of, back in time action.
So it's a lot.
happening.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a lot. Like it's Sleep No More-ish,
Sleep No More.
but instead of having your run of the place, it'll be a little more curated. You'll actually have
Okay.
to follow the actors and actresses through. But there are new costume designs. There's
What about the
new-
chandelier?
There will be actually. I've seen, and you can find online. I've seen the concept art for the chandelier, which is actually
write it. That's
get
cool.
this. It's so cool. It's actually the bar, and part of the chandelier is crashed already in the middle of the bar, and then it's all like kitty wampus around you when you're at the bar. It actually, when I first found about it, I was like, nah, no.
I remember
And then
that
I started
reaction
seeing
from you.
some stuff. Yeah, and it actually looks certifiably cool. And I'm down, and I will be there when that sucker opens. I will be there.
Are you guys trying to get recast in it or no?
So I had an audition for both the North American tour that's launching in November and the immersive experience, but I ultimately decided not to do the immersive experience because they rewrote Piangi in a way that was not
I
But-
mean,
So
here's
we're
my
planning-
little fun fact really quickly. I actually also auditioned for the North America tour.
Really?
Yay!
Yeah. For Carlotta, which I obviously didn't get.
But that's awesome that you did it.
But yeah.
But on for me, I think my time with Phantom in general is done. I had a good run, and I loved it. I loved every second of it, and I've been trying to do other things in my acting career. But not to say if my friends gave me a call and be like, "You want to go on tour?" I'll be on that plane to wherever they're starting the tour.
Of course you would. Okay, so let's move.
So is 2026 the right time to plan our next New York trip? That's my only big question.
Well, I know the immersive is opening over the summer. And
Okay.
actually, oh, this will get us. Actually, I want to take us back to our geekdom here. Aside from the fact that this, for the first time in years, is a spectacular Broadway season with really good stuff out there, including a musical that is a love story about robots.
Interesting. Is it called Coin Operated Boy?
Coin operate. Okay, it's called Maybe Happy Ending. So my Broadway fans, take a listen. I'm actually seeing it in a week and a half, and I try not to hear anything from a show before I go. But every single person that I know who's seen it has said this is the Tony winner, and it's spectacular. But also another thing I have a ticket for.
Are you inviting one of us right now? Is that what you're doing?
I mean, listen, if you want to come, but Stranger Things. Stranger Things, the Broadway show.
I heard about this.
I heard that's amazing.
I heard about it.
I've heard it's pretty freaking amazing. Yeah. Yeah. I've heard it's amazing.
That sounds rad.
So there's a lot of really, and also for my history buffs, there's one that's going right now called Dead Outlaw.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the true story of a guy who used to rob trains and banks, or should I say tried to. He was really, really bad at it.
See, they need an immersive of that.
We need an immersive of that, right?
We have one in Vegas. It's called the John Wick Experience. Which, by the way, is awesome.
I mean, listen, I'm the first one down with immersive experience. I really am a 12-year-old trapped in a year-old body.
25, you can say it. 25.
So, yeah. You don't want to tell everybody.
Hey, darling.
But yeah, so this guy was killed in a shootout, and then proceeded to get passed along. His body got passed along from person to person over so many years that people stopped realizing it was an actual body, and was eventually found in an amusement ride hanging from a noose from a ceiling painted day glow red.
That is so dark.
It's so dark.
Amazing.
And one of the funniest, I mean, I had already known the story, and they tell you, they kind of give you the end when you walk in, but I had already known the story, and it's still one of the funniest things I've ever seen on stage. So
that's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
please.
Tommy's recommendations for Broadway, and Broadway's back, baby.
Let's transition to a movie. Please.
It needs to, right?
Nice.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
So there are a few people that haven't really talked much, so I'm going to pick on you guys for a minute. So Tyler and Kim, I'm going to ask this to everybody, but because you guys haven't talked in a while, what has been your favorite iHeart Geek experience?
My favorite experience with iHeart
Geek.
Oh boy. Other than being invited to your birthday party.
Yay, Vegas!
Good time. Gave us an excuse to get out in Vegas. That was
Saw me drink a lot. Yep.
Man, I don't know. Anytime we've gotten together and done any series where we just followed along with a show for every episode, it was always awesome because we can get together on text threads and stuff with all of you guys and like, what are you going to talk about on the show? And we all make sure, did you watch it? Did you watch it? And we kind of go back and forth, and it was always a really good time. I'll definitely miss that. Other than that, I mean, right up at the front, at the beginning, when it was all fresh and new, this whole podcast world, and just doing
now everybody has
recording episodes and meeting new people and getting to know you guys. That was fun. And everybody learning each other.
Nice. Kim, you got an experience you enjoyed?
If I'm not mistaken, the only time I was on the show was for the Simpsons episode, which I'm a huge Simpsons fan. So
but you're always here, so I mean, for you not to be on the show would be a sin.
She's always in the background.
Always in the background.
Okay, Ryan, what about you? What was your favorite experience with iHeart Geek?
I'm going to echo what Tyler was saying. When we were doing the episodes that follow along, the back and forth, like even in the background, just like even going into an episode, having to watch it like once or twice and like really being able to come to the table and know what you were talking about, like having that expectation.
Yeah.
That was something new for me. So I liked having to own up to what my thoughts were and like to make sure
having to face it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, actually, that's honestly, I mean, Courtney, I've loved you forever, but that's where I gained the most respect for you is when you and me were going back and forth on WandaVision. I'm like, oh,
dude, WandaVision
was she found that.
Was
me and you, we were trying to one up each other. I don't know how if that
Oh,
came
yeah,
off on
we
camera. Me and you were trying to one up each other the entire.
WandaVision
Both our
was the
games
first-
up so much.
WandaVision was the first series of I Heart Geek episodes that I ever listened to. It came right at the beginning of the pandemic,
Yeah.
and it was like it was like perfect. It was perfect.
We dug so deep into WandaVision, and we
And
did
I
the
think
same
our
thing
endings
with
were better
Loki.
than what they gave us.
Yeah. They still rank among my favorite geek shows.
Yeah, we had a
WandaVision
blast
and
with
Loki
those.
were the last two good projects that Marvel did before Disney launched it into the ground. Not gonna say
I did enjoy Agatha all along. I did enjoy Agatha all along.
Was it good? I was scared to watch it. I'm not
Marvel's
gonna
turning
lie.
the corner. They've had a lot of good over the past couple. I mean, they're turning the corner. They fixed Daredevil. Daredevil was going to be crap, and they wound up fixing that. You had this past movie that was. I mean, they're turning the corner.
Yeah.
I think the pandemic really hurt them, and they also that coupled with the fact that the writer's strike, and then also they were trying to bust out too many movies all at once.
Yeah.
Those
Yes,
three things
yes.
like a trifecta, and so they've pulled it back. They're really focusing on their shows right now. Daredevil is one of the best Marvel contents they've had in years. I really enjoyed Agatha.
Yeah. If
Captain
you like
America was
WandaVision,
okay.
you will like Agatha.
Yeah, Captain America was the new Captain America was okay. They kind of ruined the Red Hulk. They put the Red
They
Hulk in the
ruined
trailer
Red
they
Hulk.
shouldn't have. So they should have
that was
ruined
a
him, but
sin.
They shouldn't have put him in the trailer. Should have been more of a surprise. But I'm excited about Thunderbolt. I'm excited where Marvel's going right now. It seems like they're learning and turned a corner.
I'm excited
They're
for
riding the
Fantastic
ship.
Four as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
really are.
I love the retro.
That's kind
Yeah.
of like that's kind of encouraging to hear. I don't know. She-Hulk kind of beat the thing that I like try to invest in. Thank you. I was like, I haven't.
Sorry,
really
I know you
excited
loved
over
it, Courtney.
anything
I
Marvel
hated that.
since then.
I love She-Hulk though. So.
I like She-Hulk, but she's not like my character, but I like She-Hulk.
Yeah.
I just did not like anything they did with that.
I mean, you can't see it here because I have everything blurred and it's actually overhauled. But I have a
I know.
She-Hulk #1 framed on my wall.
Wow.
So I enjoyed the She-Hulk show for what it was, but it was not in the same universe and it was as the 616, and it also didn't feel like anything we've ever gotten from 616. It felt like somebody just took a bunch of characters and put them all together. I enjoyed it for what it was, but it does seem out of place out of the whole Marvel MCU.
Hey, fellow kids, here's something.
I mean, I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed this
I enjoyed
Marvel
it.
and stuff. But I think consensus is, and correct me, everybody, if you're wrong. I think we all I think WandaVision. I haven't seen the new Daredevil, so I can't speak to the new Daredevil yet. I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. But I think WandaVision and Loki. Those are the two.
Loki, phenomenal.
That just knocked him out of the park.
That should be the
No,
standard,
and that's
not
not
the
to say
exception.
that the other ones, weren't enjoyable. It's not to say that Moon Knight wasn't enjoyable.
Moon Knight was fun.
Moon Knight was fun.
So,
yeah.
so the thing about
it's
this
not to
latest
say that those
Daredevil,
weren't enjoyable, but
the thing about this latest Daredevil is interesting because remember it was going to be one season of 16 episodes, and you had
God, that's a dense
Vincent
season.
D'Onofrio and you had Charlie Cox that they were only bringing back, and they were going to have a completely different. And then they all fought, and they were the Punisher. The guy who plays the Punisher was not going to come back.
John Bernthal.
Bernthal,
Yeah,
gosh,
he didn't want
he's
to come.
good.
He didn't want to come back because it was a different type of show. They were almost going to do like a She-Hulk type of Daredevil show.
Ugh.
They fought so hard, they brought in new people, and that's whenever they split the 16 episodes into 2 seasons. And you could tell this first season, the first couple episodes, it's not this. I don't want to say it's disjointed, but you could tell like, hey, well, that was from the previous thought. This is from the new one, but those last 2 episodes of Daredevil. I mean, it's Daredevil. It's definitely like what we know. But those last 2 episodes were some of the best Marvel content, and I loved Loki's last episode. It's up there. The last episode of Daredevil is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the next season. You guys need to watch it. Please watch it. Talk to me about it.
So, Courtney, going back, because I know I kind of, but what was your favorite episode? What was your, not episode, but what's your favorite moment with iHeart Geek?
The WandaVision episodes were great. I enjoyed when we all watched the new Bill and Ted.
Oh,
that was so fun
because we all watched it when it dropped. I think Christina was on there, Stormy was there. I can't remember who everybody was there, but it was great. We watched it that day that it dropped, and then we all got on the Zoom that night, and we're like, "Let's talk about Bill and Ted." And I thought that was so much fun. I think we did the same kind of something very, very similar when we watched Jungle Cruise.
Yes,
we all watched it the day it dropped, and then we kind of hopped on and said, let's just have a chat about it. I really liked when we did the reactionary shows that way, where we all were able to just kind of watch and then like within 24 hours, jump right on and share our thoughts with each other on what we were watching. I dug that. We kind of did that with WandaVision, and we kind of did that we tried to do that with Falcon and the Winter Soldier as well. And those were always a lot of fun for me.
Yeah.
Well, we forget like the benefits of the pandemic.
Yeah.
That we had things like we had time.
Yeah.
Like we got to, I don't know, live life. I'm not sure.
So Tommy and I were doing side quests together where we
totally were. We were doing
murder. We got these mystery game things,
escape rooms, like home escape rooms,
and home mysteries that we would, she and I would jump on Zoom once a week and just kind of on Fridays, I think.
Well, honestly, that was just an excuse to hang out with you, but
there was that too. Yeah. We never finished the one though because it was so.
Yeah, that's true. We did have one that was so stupid.
So stupid. We didn't even care who killed him and why.
Oh my God.
Whatever. This is dumb.
What about you, Mr. Stinger? What I say? I know that was a long time ago, and you're getting decrepit and such. But what he's the baby, he's the youngest person in this room. I guarantee it. So, what was your moment from iHeart Geek?
I would say honestly, you guys took me to my first Comic-Con.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and
did our live show that night.
Yeah, and that was quite you insisted. I'm not sure if you remember, but you insisted that the first 20 minutes, half hour that I was there, you were forget this is not about iHeart Geek. Just walk around and explore and go check out the different booths. And it was without you guys, I never possibly would have ventured out and actually explored that space. It was legit. Without getting too sappy, this show literally changed my life in that I've always been that internally super passionate about anything that I like Lord of the Rings came out, and I'm the guy who's on diving through the internet trying to get any kind of random facts about any studying the lore and all this. And you kind of invited me on this show and into this space where I felt like, oh, it's okay to go on rants about this and talk about it and geek out to other people, and other people aren't going to roll their eyes whenever I talk about how much what an amazing performance Billy Boyd did whenever he was running through the foot. I didn't know that was okay until this show. And then you brought me to this place called Comic-Con that I had always heard people making fun of. And I'm just like, what is there to make fun of about this place? All these
this is awesome.
Dude, this guy's in a costume. It's perfect. I don't know.
You found your people.
For real. Like
one of us,
Uh-huh.
one of us, one of us.
that
Yeah.
movie still sends chills down my spine. If you haven't watched, what was that, Freaks?
Yep.
You're missing out on one of the
Oh.
greatest experiences
So-
ever. Oh.
I do have a question. Speaking of Lord of the Rings, I mean, Rings of Power. Rings of Power, which just really, I couldn't, I had a real hard time with season 1, and I am down for season 2. I really enjoyed
See,
season 2.
Now that's something I appreciate about you, because you can do that. You're like, oh, this was so bad, but I'm excited for the next one. I'm like, I can't do that.
I mean, I'm always going to second chance some of that.
Here's the thing. As someone who's read The Lord of the Rings, The Silmarillion, and The Hobbit.
Yeah, I
Oh,
freaking
okay.
had to heard about
I
how
just-
long they were.
Put
from
your
you.
token away.
Yeah,
I'm just
read-
saying.
read the Silmarillion.
No one's trying to see the size of your token.
It's almost like you're a nerd or something.
It's like, well, surprisingly, I don't have a Lord of the Rings hockey jersey. That's
Oh,
unfortunate.
we need to
I-
change that.
I
Remember,
have
I tease you, but I'm sitting here with like 3 of my tattoos are nerd related. So
That is spectacular. I think
Nerd.
at some point we all need like I Heart Geek tats somewhere.
That if that would make me cry, I'd be so happy. Anyway, somebody has one.
Dub's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Could you imagine showing up at Dub's house and there's a freaking tattoo artist standing there? It's like, okay, right, cost of entry.
I'm down.
I'm in. Let's go.
Okay, Kevin, what about you? What's your I Heart Geek memory
My
or
favorite
moment or
memory,
whatever?
my favorite memory, honestly, is it's an ongoing memory. It's the Marco Polo. It's the stuff that the episodes are fun. I've always enjoyed the episodes. The episode where I was able to gush about Nier Automata for about 20 minutes was fantastic.
We all know.
For way more than 20
You
minutes.
guys had
I
fun.
literally
Do it,
bought
do it again.
the game for my Switch because Kevin wouldn't
Today,
leave me alone.
literally today.
He saw
Today we were
she
talking
still
about it
haven't
too.
played it. Yeah.
So
I still haven't played it,
no,
but I bought it.
but you gotta play it. You gotta play it. You gotta be all three. You got.
I had
Anyway.
big plans. I had big plans to play it when I was recovering from surgery, but I didn't do much of anything when I was recovering from surgery.
Yeah,
So I
She
couldn't
was
focus.
high.
Death for me.
No,
I was pretty
but
high.
So a couple things. One, anytime we have the WrestleMania episodes or the wrestling things, and the fact that now I have a whole little side group that we Marco Polo during wrestling events now has become like such a joy to me. Especially with the pay-per-views. I know you guys aren't. I mean, there's only a couple of us on here, but it's become so fun to me. But just the Marco Polos in general, the friends that I've met, and I count you guys all as great friends. And there's a love for everybody here. And I know we all have different worlds and different lives and different things, but there's a connection because we all love a lot of the same things. And I think it's a beautiful thing. It really is. It's a beautiful thing that we can take people from all over the country, put them on a group, and then instantly become friends over a shared love. And I just think it's truly special. And we all have Marco still, and I'm sure, like I said, we're gonna have other episodes. Just to be the last for the season, if you will.
Listen, every great hero eventually has some sort of resurrection story. So we're just gonna put that out there.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
So tell me, your turn in the barrel.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel like I've just been like talking over everybody else's. So you don't have to come back to me because
everyone gets
you
to
can
do
count
this,
on me to make some sort of smart remark and keep it going.
No, that's
Or
not our Satomi.
maybe not smart. Maybe not smart. More it's like
Smart
sassy. I'm a
booty.
sassy wench. Yes. Yes.
Like-
I will say I haven't been on an episode for a while, and that's not for lack of wanting to be, because I love this community so flippin' much. And we've talked before about all of our origin stories, and for me how it was when I was growing up, because I am young and shall always be, but I am certainly also of an age when before it was cool for a girl to be a geek. And, so suddenly being able to be in this place where I get to like freaking nerd out about Star Wars and nerd out about, LOTR and all that good stuff. And actually talk about how when the movies came out, I wanted, to have little Hobbit children because all the Hobbits were hot. But anyhow, I do remember our first EpDub, and our first episode actually was audio only.
Yep.
It was not video.
Mm-hmm.
And was I think I got to the point of like 13-year-old Satomi's self, like laying on my bed with my head off of the edge upside down.
I remember that.
Like talking about this stuff. And if I had my druthers, I Heart Geek, just long live the geek. We'd be here every week forever and ever. But it does make sense because it's the content has been it's been in transition.
Mm-hmm.
There's been sort of an adjustment, and especially with, and I say this with such respect, understanding the production side of the business. But the Disney takeover of a lot of stuff, it's like they had to kind of find what their voice was going to be if they weren't going to just be family and yada yada yada. So I have high hopes that we are coming back into another golden age of geekdom. But and when we get there, geek will be back. Geek will be here for it, and so will I. So
nice.
Yeah, flippin' love it.
Okay, Christina. Let's see. Am I looking the right way? There, I'm looking the right way. Christina, what about you?
Well, I fell in love with I Heart Geek, and I said it jokingly, but the first time Courtney was on an episode, and it was like women represent. And I think that was when I actually first started putting all my thoughts and stuff in on the pages. And I think I named you Goddess of Geekonia. I'm pretty sure that was your and just to be, I'm very similar. Like I was raised in a world where girls are seen and not heard, and you're geek. You don't get to do that. And to see her just gorgeous and thriving and funny and so dang smart. And then Dub was like, hey, you should be on a show sometime. And I'm like, I don't do camera because I used to write and direct all of our Christmas programs. So Dub knew that. He knew I had this little nerd inside. But more than that, Ryan dared me to wear my Boba Fett helmet every single day of my trip. And I posted a photo every single day. And this is going to sound stupid. This is going to sound crazy, but that was the most freeing experience of my life because I am not a get in front of people kind of a person. And I am of a certain age. I think I'm the oldest one, maybe other than Todd, and I might be wrong. But I now have 7 tattoos, all geek. I bought a Wrangler. I go off-roading. I flew to New York to see Satomi and Chris in Phantom. And these are things that I didn't do. These are things that I was terrified to do. I was terrified because I just have a lot of anxiety. But I think I said before we started recording that I'm now anxiety adventures, be afraid, do it anyway. And in 2 days, I'm embarking on an inland cruise to Alaska. And with my whole heart, I do not think any of this would have happened if it hadn't been for all of you guys. Because I was raised a very certain way by very strict parents. And I just got my Mando tattoo. And, somebody's like, you're going to regret them. Well, I'm over 50, so no, I'm good. And they don't have time to wrinkle and fade. See, maybe it's not bad to be.
It's about maintenance, boo. You're good. It's just about maintenance.
Yes. Make sure you put your sunscreen on when you go out in the sun with them. And
moisturize, baby. Moisturize.
Yeah. I moisturize every night.
Mm-hmm.
I try to
That's
not
why
be.
you have
I
the
try.
skin of an 18-year-old.
I try not to be dusty.
I'm going to point out, Deb, that you're the one who's going to have to edit yourself out.
Right, you're pretty pervy tonight.
That
But yeah, in a nutshell, life changing.
This is me in a nutshell. Okay,
Christina, remind me to send you a picture. My newest one is a Star Wars tattoo. I don't think you guys can see it fully.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
yes. Rebel Alliance.
Okay,
I'm getting one of those right here.
I just got it done a couple months ago.
Yeah, I got my Mando 2 weeks ago. And
can we get a better view of it, please?
The Mando?
Yes.
If you go on the Facebook page, those are on the page.
Yeah, I did post
Yes.
it. So on
That's
here
beautiful.
I have and thanks to Ryan, I got my Boba Fett in Vegas with my Boba Fett helmet on.
That's cool.
Nice.
So
okay,
That
I know
is-
you got to
this
go.
is
Skeeter.
definitely the way.
Skeeter, I know you got to go. So
No.
give us your.
yeah. So my favorite episode, hands down, was the one I got to do with my brother, who has been my brother for my entire life, which seems like, and my son. And we did, and Satomi, we did the deep dive into the Joker,
It was a good episode.
which was probably one of the most amazing episodes because I kind of broke in that episode and got angry, and we all kind of showed emotion, and it was beautiful. But I think, the same with Kevin, the same with Christina, and I think the sentiment will be the same from every person in the room. That this show, I'm getting Lost vibes. I don't know why. Like we're all sitting in the same room together, and we found a purpose together for some reason. And I thank you, Dub, for bringing us all together in this crazy world. And I think there's a purpose for everything, and we know what that purpose is, and sometimes we don't know what that purpose is. And I was in a horrible part of my life and made horrible mistakes, and I was with a group that cared enough to stick, and I love you guys for that. Our listeners are beautiful and amazing, and their feedback was always incredible. The people that know me know this show. I share it with every class and every student that I have. And I became a special education teacher during this show, so I'm a geek and I teach math, which is weird, but I love it. I love every part of it, and I can't wait till we do the next one. And Ryan Bell, I'm going to tell you that the greatest joy I get from coaching these kids is them making me better every single day. Getting to see their talents and see what they can do, just like every one of you guys, has been the greatest joy over the past, my goodness, 6 years.
Tell you what, on the other side of that, like I remember like the baseball coaches I had when I was a kid, like I'd run through a wall for them still.
And that's what
Years
I
later.
try to get to. Guys, I would stop a bullet for any one of you at any time, at any day of the week, in any moment in my life. You mean that much to me. And I love the fact that when you said you got to go to New York, and I want you all to watch this, and you got to see Satomi and Chris on Broadway, and they both did
jazz hands
at the same time.
We're theater
guys,
kids. We can't help it.
No,
You take the kid out of the theater.
Setting.
And I get to do that almost every day. The drama classroom is right next to mine, so I sing and get to go play on the stage almost every day during my prep periods because they know I love it. And guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I'm not going to cry because I'm getting ready to, because you guys have become my family, my friends, and not going to lie, this isn't the last one. Like I said, we're going to get the Scooby-Doo ending. It's going to happen. Thank you all so much. And until we meet again. I love you. Thank you.
Love you,
Love you,
Skeet.
Skeet. Love you, Skeet.
Okay, Chris, follow it.
Oh, how do I follow everybody? It's such a hard thing to do. Well, honestly, this experience has been one of those things that kind of reminded me of my nerdy friend group in high school, where every Friday night we'd play D&D, Xbox, have pizza, Mountain Dew, and just, stay up till 1, 2 in the morning just being geeks. So I'm glad Satomi said, hey, my friend Dub is doing this thing about The Mandalorian, and you're a Star Wars nerd, right? So
I actually had been trying, I'm just going to interject. I had been trying to get you on for months at that point. I was like, dude, you got to get George Eddie on. You got to get George. Okay.
Continue. I remember hearing that.
And as everyone found out, I am a huge, huge nerd and geek, and it immediately felt like when I met all of y'all, it felt like I had known y'all forever. And it's like when you, it's like right now, it's like I God knows how long it's been since we've all been online, but it's just like, hey, it's like this happened yesterday. So I guess my favorite moment has been all of them, really. And Satomi, it's all your fault, and I love you for it. And Dub, thank you for letting me be part of the fun. And it's always it always brought a brighter spot to my week whenever I knew I got to hang out with y'all. And I'm getting emotional. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you, Dub?
All these, I can't imagine geeks getting emotional on stuff. I mean,
yeah. And it's just like, I really hope that this isn't, no, I'm going to say this. We'll be back in some capacity, because this group is too lovely and too fun just to,
We're not going anyway. Like that. I agree. I agree. Yeah. No, I agree.
It's just, it gave me more friends, and
yes,
and
yeah,
like when Phantom closed, I knew I needed something to kind of like lift my spirits a bit, which is why, in part, I bought a round trip ticket to Vegas to go see a wrestling show with
so much fun
with Dub, if he's over there, wherever he is on the screen. And I will say, Dub is shorter in person.
People don't usually say that about me.
And shinier too.
Very
Dub
shiny.
also presents very tall.
So, crap. Yeah, I don't want to really do this.
If I may,
go, please.
I came to the show through a particular conduit that I want to mention.
That's
I don't know
good.
what the next time we're going to record is, and I hope his wife's listening. But Dino,
yeah,
Dino was the one,
yeah,
who I believe he only made a couple appearances on the show,
6, which is a lot.
6. Okay.
Loved Dino.
That man was geek through and through. I really enjoyed watching him just geek out over all kinds of stuff. He introduced me to B movies and famously Kung Pao to begin with.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But I wouldn't have found this show because he literally said, dude, go check out I Heart Geek. And he guided me to your page. I started listening. I'm like, this is amazing. Because like a lot of you guys have pointed out, we kind of geek out over things, but we don't know that we can say it out loud. And that's okay because we're grown adults. We can't do that. Blah, blah, blah. No, there's plenty of people. I work in construction. You can't just like walk on a construction site and be like, Star Wars, guys. You're going to get funny.
I do.
Kevin knows. We work together, He was my lifeline there.
Near Automata. Sorry.
But Dino kind of guided my hand in that. He showed me that it's cool, man. You can geek out over this. You don't have to be so, uptight and whatnot. Do your thing.
I only hire geeks, so it helps.
There you go. But he was just amazing when it comes to all things geek. And, you know, I knew I was in the right hands when he steered me this way. So, you know, I think it's worth mentioning.
Yeah, it really is.
You know, I wouldn't be here without Dino, and I know some of us knew him personally, and some of us grew to know him. His passing was very unfortunate, and you know, we were all better for knowing him.
Yeah, I had just started getting to know him because I was helping him with his Discord.
Right.
And so we had just started talking. And because of that, even though I didn't get to know him very, very long, Michelle and I are really close now because I was like, hey, I'm here. If you need to yell, I'm going to listen. Because she needed some sort of an outlet that wasn't, it'll get better, just smile.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And I feel like that very unfortunate event actually kind of what really turned that corner of like bringing some of us together. A lot of us were, you know, all involved in the show at that time. And, you know, when that happened, it was kind of just boom. It was definitely a hit over the head. And I kind of look back on that as unfortunate as it was. It had a purpose, you know, and I kind of think it really made us a little more tight knit.
Yeah, he was. I remember the show after.
Yeah.
I miss Dino. He was an unofficial member of iHeartGeek. I mean,
oh no, he was an official.
He was official.
There
was no unofficial.
He loved me and I loved him. I mean, he was an amazing guy.
Absolutely.
Part of the show died when he died. It really did because he was involved in every show, whether he was on or not. He was feeding stuff all the time. Just such a wonderful guy. Yeah, I've loved everything about this show. I've loved herding cats. I've loved getting people on shows that don't want to be on shows and quickly educating people for like 2 hours on something so that they can talk on the subject and just everything about this show and just these amazing. I mean, you guys have all been so amazing. I mean, you guys become family to me. It's
been our pleasure.
I
one of the better
remember
experiences in my life.
I remember when you were like, what do you think about Dr. Horrible sing-along blog? And I said, I've actually never watched it. Go do it now and then call me.
That was a great show. That was a great show.
And I just fell in love with Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah.
So
Dub forced me to do the Sandman audiobooks like right before the show.
Was I wrong? Was I even a little bit wrong?
Right. Absolutely. It was like I called you or I marcoed you right after I was done with it. It was one of the coolest things I've ever listened to. And I've suggested it to like everybody else who like actually listen to me.
And just so you know, the last two are going to be out soon.
Yeah.
Of the audiobooks.
Brilliant.
The new season is coming too, isn't it?
The final season. All Neil Gaiman projects are kind of wrapping up for
they're done
reasons we're not going to get into, but they're all going away. So they're that and what's the other one? A Good Omens was supposed to get 3 seasons, getting 1, and they're going to wrap it.
Well, they're going to do a movie.
Yeah.
And then a straight movie. Yep.
Honestly,
I think that should be a law. That's just a side note. But anytime they end a geek series that we really love,
give us a movie.
They should give us a movie.
I think us a movie.
Yeah.
6 seasons in a movie.
We had Serenity.
Serenity, that was so important. I did before the show, just because I heard people gripe about it for literally months. I finally watched. Oh my
Serenity?
gosh! Not Serenity, the show.
Firefly.
Firefly?
I had never seen it. Everybody, I'm so missing on my geek knowledge. So I watched the first episode. I'm like, it's a Western, okay. And then I fell in love with it. But this show made me watch so many things, and I love it.
For our Neil Patrick Harris fans, check out. This is not to watch. This is to purchase. Box 1 and Box 2. I'm seeing some nods and I'm seeing some blank stares. So Neil Patrick Harris developed it's a board game designed for a single person, and it's essentially it's sort of got a lot of escape room elements. It's got a lot of puzzle elements, and it's, I mean, for me, Box 1 is like the gold standard, and it might be because I played Box 1. So when Box 2 came out, it's like, I know how some of this goes. But it's just sight unseen. Just go pick one up. Just pick up Box 1 and you're welcome.
If you're going to push that, you also got to push his autobiography. It is a choose your own adventure autobiography.
I didn't know about this.
It's amazing. It's
Neil Patrick Harris. I think he doesn't get enough. I mean, he is credited with saving the Magic Castle.
Yes, he is. Yep.
I mean, there's that, and we've had Paul Draper on, and he told us all about that. So,
He's the Lin-Manuel Miranda of
other
geekdom.
stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's some high praise. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I got to say this. I love y'all. You guys are awesome. I want to do a couple of special mentions because there's things you guys don't know about behind the scenes. Courtney and Blythe helped to finance the show. You guys don't know that. All the three of us were basically financing the show for the last 2, 3 years, 4, 6, 7 years. And I know everybody helped with Patreons and all that, but I just want to super thank you. I mean, you guys don't know the amount of work everybody was doing. I think there's maybe 2 people in here that know what was going on behind the scenes because it's really nobody's business. But just Blythe and Courtney, I just want to say thank you so much. I love you for this. I really do. Everybody that's just kept me sane because
that ship sailed a long time ago, my friend.
I need people that I can unload on. And you guys have been it. Oh, bidding. But you guys have been it, and you guys have helped me be okay. There's a lot of most of you guys don't know what was going on in my life, but there's been a lot of
a lot of back end stuff.
A lot of back end stuff.
We just kept it geeky,
and y'all helped out a lot. You do not know what you've done for me, and I appreciate y'all.
But that's what Geek Family is for, you know. Everybody has life, and not to diminish anything that you're going through or have been going through, my friend. But you know, life happens. It has that nasty habit of doing that. And when you have a community like Dub has built here, and that's always a safe and soft place to land. And that you can always find joy whenever you need it. You did something really, really special. So thank you, Deb.
Yeah,
thank you, Deb.
I will say that, man. Like I really do believe that, like, while you're thanking everybody here for like the parts we played, my man, you built this castle, and like you didn't just like build something that like, you know, we uploaded some episodes here and there, and like everybody kind of like, you know, play a part. Like you changed lives, my man. Like at least that's true for me. I'm literally a different person because of this, not podcast, not Facebook group, this community that you pieced together. I'm a different human being and a better one because of you. So like from every single cell in my body, thank you very much for all the work that you did, because like you really did change a lot of. You did good, man.
Thank you so much. I'm out of words, and I don't want to be a cry fest. So check out the website. We paid extra for the .com. Actually, that's going away.
Wait. I need to ask you one thing, Dub.
Okay.
Dub, one last time.
Go ahead.
One last time. Up until recently, did you pay extra for the .com?
Yes, we paid extra for the .com.
We did.
Okay.
We did.
Use the .com. We paid extra for it. That'll still be up for a few more months, I'm sure. Actually, I think we got it for like another 9 months or something. So that'll be up. The episodes will be up for a while. They're never going to go away on YouTube and Facebook if you can still find them. We're still going to do periodic episodes, but as far as this incarnation of I Heart Geek, it's goodbye. But it's goodbye
for now.
Austria, it's goodbye for now. We're still here. Anybody
wants
wants
wrapping up in a nice little cocoon.
Yeah, there you go. You know, there's some ideas, but I need about 6 months off because I'm tired.
Yeah, dude, you're losing your hair, man. Like
I know. it all went down. It's amazing how that works.
It's amazing what stress will do to you.
I'm guaranteeing you, we're not going to do this right because we've never done it right in the 7 years of this show. But we're going to do the sign off together. I'm going to count it off to 3. Keep on geeking on.
How about everybody gets to do it?
Oh, I like that.
One
better,
at a time.
We've never done it right. Let's start with Christina.
Keep on geeking on.
Courtney?
Keep on geeking on.
The married blob of people?
Keep on geeking on.
Very good. Chris?
Keep on geeking on.
Oh, that one's winning. Hey, Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
Keep on geeking on.
Satomi?
You've been listening to iHeart Geek, and remember, keep on geeking on.
Oh, there's competition.
Mm-hmm.
Mikey?
This is Spike signing off. Keep on geeking on.
Nice. Kevin?
If you haven't played it, play Dear Automata. Keep on geeking on.
And I'll say this. I love you. I care about you. You guys have, and the listeners, you guys have changed my life. Keep on geeking on. And that's a wrap.
You have been listening to the latest episode of the iHeart Geek Show. Make sure you visit our website at www.iheartgeekshow.com. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you check us out on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And keep on geeking on to all of you geek rock stars.